More brand new rich kids used to living the high life.
I would say I'm privileged.
I'm a bit of a princess.
I look like a bad bitch in these.
Every day's a catwalk.
They're about to take a giant leap out of their comfort zone.
I feel like I've just been dropped into a parallel universe.
It does look a bit rough.
They'll stay with typical British families living on the breadline.
Look at the car. It looks like it's cost a lot of money. I really do want to get out of the situation. Literally, I get paid, and the next day I have no money.
They'll learn what life is like.
I thought it was going to be easy and a breeze. It wasn't.
For those struggling to get by.
I did 6.5 months eating out of bins.
And the sacrifices they make.
She's always trying to make sure we're okay, and she doesn't even check on herself.
Will the cash-strapped families change their views?
I see a lot of good things about you.
And will the rich kids learn?
It's Chanel.
I've never even heard of Chanel.
There could be more to life
I just can't believe people live like this.
than money.
Nobody needs money to have a good time. It's just who you're with.
I'm just an emotional wreck.
When rich kids go skint.
I spend over £1,000 on shoes a month.
Rich kid Jess is the daughter of a retail and property millionaire.
When I was growing up, I wanted for nothing. My parents did everything for me.
At 24, she still lives rent-free at the family's £1 million mansion outside Liverpool.
I could get my own place, but here I have so much space. My mum does my washing, we have a cleaner, and I just love being with my family.
Her parents' generosity also stretched to a £32,000 runaround.
For my 21st birthday, my parents gave me a brand new Range Rover Evoque.
After dropping out of college, Jess got a job as a beautician, but within months she got a chance to establish her own salon.
I set the business up with only a few £100s, and it's turned out very successful. It's important to me that I work really hard. Even though my parents are wealthy, I want to be just as successful as them.
And it's just as well, because she also works hard at spending money.
I love shopping. Shoes are my thing. Christian Louboutin, Jimmy Choo, Alexander McQueen and Valentino. These are the first pair of design shoes I ever bought. I always wanted a pair of Christian Louboutins because of the red sole, and you always see celebrities wear them. They cost me £595. These are YSL. These cost about £700.
£700? You could buy a car for that. Not Jess's car, obviously.
This is my Louis Vuitton Speedy bag. This probably cost around £1,000. I very rarely use it. I even forgot I had it.
But will she miss her luxury lifestyle when she goes skint?
I'd be worried about sleeping on a couch, unhealthy food and tap water. You know the rim, and it's like black. Ugh.
Picky drinker Jess has a point to prove.
I want to prove to the family just because I have money doesn't mean I'm a spoiled brat.
So will this beauty queen get her tresses in a twist, staying with the YOLO family? 40-year-old Gemma, her husband Yinka, and their 2-year-old son Matthew.
High five. Yeah. I currently work full-time as a customer service associate for a very well-known bank.
Maths graduate Yinka has been out of work for 2 years. He's found that getting a job interview is only the first obstacle.
I applied for, what was it, air traffic control or something like that. And they invited me to the interview in Fareham. And I can't afford to get to Fareham, so there was an end to that.
Yinka grew up in Nigeria, where he was used to a high standard of living.
I think there was a maid and a driver at one stage. And then my dad died in a road traffic accident, and he was a breadwinner, so the standard of living declined.
They were married 5 years ago and set their hearts on starting their own family.
We ended up having 4 miscarriages, and then we had a stillbirth. When they did the scan, and they said there was no heartbeat. Sorry. Yeah. And they said there was no heartbeat. I remember just thinking, wow,
This sucks.
this really does suck.
But their pain didn't end there.
We had to find the finances to bury her. I didn't realise it was costly.
The debt repayments for their daughter's funeral, as well as £10,000 on other loans and credit cards, mean that Gemma's salary barely covers their monthly expenses.
The money coming in is £1,542. So what does that leave us to spend with?
It's £18, babe.
£18.
Yeah.
As a single-income family, they can only afford a cramped 2-bedroom council flat.
There is very little privacy in what is a very small space.
Someone that's, you know, lived a lavish lifestyle where it's probably a massive, massive house, that's going to be very strange for them.
So what would they like to teach the rich kid?
As bad as our situation is, there are always other people out there who are worse than me. There are people that sleep on the street. I do think the world would be such a better place if everybody would just turn around and help each other. So I'm hoping that I can show them that.
Isn't that nice?
No, I think them shoes are too big for me.
In their country house near Liverpool, Mum Diane, who is an assistant head of year, just wants Jess to learn a thing or two.
Maybe you could learn to use the iron, you know, help around the house a little bit more, appreciate that I do absolutely everything for you. Because these are things, these are life skills that you're going to have to do eventually when you fly the nest, whenever that may be.
I'm not moving out.
No, she's not going to move out. I don't think she's ever going to. But you're going to have to learn these skills. I'm extremely excited to see how Jess is going to get on. She will have an absolute shock, and I'm just hopeful that it will make her realise how lucky she is. Just promise me one thing, Jessica, you're not going to turn up in your high Louboutins, are you?
No, I'm taking my Gucci trainers.
Oh, right, OK.
Well, liverbird Jess is preparing to fly the nest. How will she cope without her mum?
Usually my mum would help me pack, but I'm going to do it on my own.
She's starting with the essentials, like her £615 Gucci trainers.
I wish I could take my 2 dogs with me, but I'm taking this cushion as a home comfort. It's got my 2 little dogs on the front of it.
Fair enough. I don't think she'd fit her actual dogs in there. 100 miles away in Birmingham, the YOLOs have questions for the rich kid.
I'd like to know if they have any hopes and dreams, actually. When I was in primary school and secondary school, teachers would ask me, what do you want to do when you grow up?
I want to be rich.
I'm already rich.
To inherit my daddy's money.
Stop it. Stop it.
I don't know.
Can I get my dry humour?
Well, we'll find out. We'll rub them up the wrong way and see what happens.
The UK's second city is giving Jess a frosty reception.
We're in Birmingham and it's a big city. It's very different to where I'm from. There's lots of houses close together. I'm used to quiet countryside.
We're trying to spot someone who is
Spot the rich people.
Rich.
No, they'll stand out in this neighbourhood.
Will they spot Jess's £700 designer puffer?
I think they live in this block of flats. It looks very bleak. I hope there's not a lot of people living in one tiny space. I'm really nervous now.
Her parents' country mansion is a far cry from this city centre council block. It might be chilly outside, but will the YOLOs give her a warm welcome?
Hi.
Hi, I'm Jess. So lovely to meet you.
Hello to me, I'm Gemma.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Jess. Nice to meet you.
Jess, hi.
So this is my husband, Yinka. I can't believe I'm doing that, but that's my husband. This is my son, Matthew.
Hi.
You want to sit down?
Oh, thank you.
I'll take those.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you. So, Jess, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 24.
OK, and where are you from?
Just outside of Liverpool.
Oh, wow.
I could have probably guessed that.
I know, yeah. And have you lived there all your life?
Yeah,
or?
I've always lived there, yeah.
OK, and what's that like?
Very different to here.
OK.
So I live kind of in the countryside. It's quite quiet.
Okay.
Have you ever been in a block of flats before? Or?
I have, yeah.
You have?
Yeah,
Oh,
I have.
OK.
It was at a party.
Oh, OK.
I think they're such a lovely family and they're so welcoming.
She might think differently in a minute after Gemma's interrogation.
So what do your parents do?
My dad's a property developer and he also owns a DIY shop.
OK, that's good. So what are you doing now yourself? Are you in college or...?
I own a salon. I'm self-employed.
Oh, nice.
Well done you.
Oh, thank you.
Wow, no, that's really good. So in terms of, like, where you live, like, what sort of property, what type of property is
So
it?
we live in a 5-bedroomed house with a swimming pool.
Phew! Gemma needs to sit down after hearing about the swimming pool.
Proper gentleman.
You have a garden?
Yeah, so our garden's quite big, but at the sides of it, there's like a building attached to our house and that's got a swimming pool in it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
OK.
Yeah. I don't think I could ever move out yet because I love being with them as much. They'd be surprised that I said that, but I do love being with them.
So she loves her home, but what will she think of the YOLOs? Their flat isn't much bigger than Jess's swimming pool, so this won't take long.
Oh, so this is their room. Oh, the little boy sleeps with them, that's sweet. My room is so much bigger than in here. And I've got big wardrobes for all my stuff, so it's quite neat and tidy, but they haven't got that. And there's wallpaper peeling off the wall. This is completely an utter different world to where I live. I just can't believe people live like this.
Gemma's also realising they come from very different worlds.
She doesn't have the responsibilities that, you know, we have in here. Whatever she gets, that's kind of hers. Whereas for us, it's like the money that comes in, okay, so rent's paid, council tax paid. She doesn't have to worry about that.
Oh my God. There's just stuff everywhere. If I was coming to live here, I'd get rid of everything, sell it, start again.
And I think what I really, really like is the fact that she's got her own business.
Yeah.
So she's clearly highly motivated.
Yeah.
I did have that misconception of
Like a sport.
mommy and daddy's mom.
Right,
You know, mommy and daddy's
Bank of
money.
mom and dad days.
There's not much space for this stuff at all. It's quite cramped. I immediately feel so grateful for the things I have and where I live compared to here. Toilet's tiny, needs a bit of TLC. I feel so sorry for them that they have to live here. If my dad said to me, "You've got to come and live here now," I think I'd cry.
She's only just arrived. How will she get through the rest of her trip?
Bless you. So...
How did you find that then?
It's a lot smaller than where I live. But do you know what? It's so warm in here. It makes it really cosy.
What kind of stood out for you?
Your shower room is very small, isn't it? It's
How
tiny.
big is the shower room where you live?
So we have 5 bathrooms.
Oh, wow.
Awkward. Time to change the subject.
I like the coat.
Thank you.
Where's it from?
It's a Montclair coat. It was around £700.
£700 is a lot for a coat. I'm trying to be polite about it.
Once I've been able to have that much money to spend on a coat, I just thought, well, I can treat myself. So if I asked my dad for that, he'd literally laugh at me.
Really?
Yeah. So I just don't tell him how much I spend.
So does he know that £700?
No.
Well, he does now.
He does know, yeah.
So what's the most expensive clothing that you've bought?
I bought a pair of high heel shoes and they were £720.
Okay.
Okay. And what about jewellery? Because I love my jewellery.
I have a Rolex.
How much is the Rolex?
I think that was just under £3,000.
You just walked into a stereotype there, didn't you?
She's said that she owns her own business. You have that misconception that children nowadays do not have that kind of ambition. And to hear that from her, I'm sort of like, yes. I'm really looking forward to getting to know her some more.
So how do you manage to get by? What are your finances like?
So in terms of the household income, it's about £1,542. So after I've spent on rent, council tax, debts that are outstanding, electric, water, TV licence, food, nappies, and I'm left with £18. That's my...
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's what I'm left with.
I'm so shocked that she only has £18 left at the end of the month. There's no room for luxuries, treats, and I just feel so sorry for her. I just wouldn't think about £18 being significant. I'd spend that in 3 minutes on lunch.
At the moment, I'm fortunate to be working full-time.
Oh, that's good.
Hobby at the moment.
Yeah, unemployed. You know, I want to provide for my family and all that stuff,
Yeah.
and I'm not doing it. So that part's a bit depressing.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
When Yinka said he'd been unemployed, I can imagine that puts a real strain on their relationship, financially and together. I think that's so hard.
Gemma is cooking up a budget lunch inspired by her Caribbean heritage.
So, Jess, that's for you.
Oh, thank you so much.
So the fish is just, it's salmon with some chilli sauce. And then this is like my favourite treat. It's the Johnny cake, which is just self-raising flour, water, bit of salt,
Yeah.
and then we fry it.
Oh,
and
wow.
That's it. So what do you think of the food so far? Is it all right?
Lovely, thank you.
So I would say that this food here probably cost about £2.20 at the top
Okay.
end.
And that's for all 4 of them. For Jess, that would be her morning coffee.
The salmon part is the most expensive part on this plate.
Yeah.
When we have guests coming over, it's like, let's push the boat out a little bit.
I'm so grateful and so lucky that I don't really have to give money a thought. That must be constant in their minds over and over, just money all the time.
Is there anything that I should be aware about that, you know, you just won't go near, whether that's food or whether that's drink?
I'm not a fan of water out of the tap.
Water out of the tap?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
You know why I'm laughing?
Council pop.
I call it council pop. So if someone says, I'd like a glass of wine or something, I says, I've got council champagne.
Council champagne? The water that come out of your tap, is it fizzy? What's going on?
Well, if you shake it, you get like little bubbles.
I think that council champagne has gone straight to her head. Much to Jess's relief, Gemma's taking them out of the tiny flat to run a couple of errands nearby.
The place we're going to it's like a homeless shelter.
Okay.
No matter how little I have, there is someone that's always got less than I have, so whatever I can give, I will give.
That sounds good.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm Gemma.
There are over 16,000 homeless people in the West Midlands. Gemma makes it a regular habit to engage with people living on the street or in shelters like this one.
Every day on Monday to Friday when I'm on my way to work, that's something that I will do, whether it's to stop and say hello or, you know, do you want a cup of tea, coffee, whatever. And I do apologise, it's not a lot, but I've got some soup from my cupboard. And then I do what we call Johnny cakes. You can warm up the soup and then kind of dip the Johnny cake in the soup. I'm so sorry it's not a lot.
It's all right, don't worry about it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. No problem.
So how long you guys been living here?
I've been around here now for about 6-7 months.
Okay.
Kept me out of prison, to be fair.
4 weeks myself.
4 weeks.
Yeah. Since March.
Since March?
Yeah.
Okay.
When Gemma was 19, she relied on supported housing, so she knows how important it is for those in need.
So I've kind of come from a similar sort of background, so I get it. The one thing that I learned was never to forget where I've come from and the struggles that I've had.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not by any means rich like I'd want to be, but to me it's important to make sure that you still help everybody.
We appreciate it all the same, whether it's a little bit or a lot, you know. We're all
what counts.
Thank you.
We still appreciate it.
Thank you.
Gemma's so close to living on the breadline, but she's so inspirational in the fact that she goes back to help people. She's so nice and so kind-hearted to do something like that. I definitely need to take a leaf out of her book.
At the moment, Jess and myself are kind of taking part in an exchange and kind of hoping that I can show Jess the lifestyle that I have.
I've come from a privileged background and I've never been in your position before, but I think we've learned, in a short amount of time, we've learned a lot from each other already.
You yourself, do you come from like a rich family?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you mean by privileged.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, some people have got it, ain't they? And some people ain't. You know.
I think for me, it's important to show that we are still the same.
Yeah, of course.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just the circumstances that make us different.
You might have a big pile of cash and a big fancy house, but when it comes down to it, we're all the same.
We're all the same.
That's exactly it.
Well, that's the way I feel.
Guys, thank you for allowing us to come into your home, because this is your home.
Yeah.
You know, so thank you for allowing us. Well, I hope you guys, you know, whatever it is that you're planning to do in your life, that you know, you get there, that things will get better for you.
Yeah.
I really do hope so. Thank you again.
Thanks so much for having us.
Thank you.
For Jess, who spends nearly all of her earnings on herself, this has been an eye-opening experience.
So how did you find that?
So interesting. I think it's so nice that you do that. I definitely need to do something like that to contribute to society.
Even if you don't have the money or even if you don't have the food, just to stop and say hello and sit down and have a conversation with them, to me, that's important.
Yeah. So I'm going to take a leaf out of your book and even just acknowledge them, say hello, and in the supermarket, give to a food bank and just things like that. I think it's small things that make the biggest difference.
Absolutely. It's baby steps. It's not going to be something that's cured in a day or, do you know what I mean? But small steps. I think if everyone makes that little change, then hopefully we can progress to something, you know,
yeah,
better.
Definitely. I'd like to think so.
Next stop is a local charity shop. Unlike Jess, Gemma can barely afford high street brands, let alone luxury ones.
I'm hoping to find a purse because I need a new purse and hopefully a dress as well. So this is a shop right here. Here we are.
Jess's outfit today cost her £2,500, which would buy the contents of that rail in front of her 80 times over.
Anything that's kind of taken your fancy?
I think that's a no.
I think you can find like really good clothing at really, really cheap price, and you're getting to recycle. I think that's another aspect that people don't look at. But this, I am loving. I am loving this up here.
It's very jazzy.
It is.
Gemma also wants to show Jess that charity shops aren't just about finding bargains.
It's not just sort of like the cheap bargain, it's like you kind of get to donate to whatever charity they support in, as well as get an item, and you're kind of saving the environment as well. So to me, shopping in a charity store is important.
Okay. I didn't think of it being a really good way to recycle clothes, so she buys them to help save the environment, and I've never thought of it that way before.
So how much is your shoe collection worth?
I know I've got, in my Christian Louboutin collection, I've got over £2,000 worth.
How many pairs of shoes is that in total?
About 4 or 5.
Okay, okay. So can you see any Christian, is it Louboutin? I don't, yeah? Do you see any in here?
I don't think so, no.
It was worth a look.
So for people that, you know, are struggling financially, it is such a lifeline, especially when it comes to winter times as well.
Yeah.
It can actually buy the stuff that they need.
It's affordable all year round.
Absolutely, exactly, exactly. I took Jess to the charity shop because I think it's a good way to show how you can kind of contribute to the community with the money that you spend in there, but as well as that, you can kind of get a nice high fashion item.
Like this piece from the winter collection. So hot right now.
And not only that, you are kind of adding to recycling stuff, so it's beneficial to the environment and it's beneficial to the people within the community as well. And then as a treat for myself, I'm going to get that dress.
Why not?
Although big spender Jess didn't find anything to suit her tastes, Gemma found everything she wanted for under a tenner. On their way home, Gemma's picking up an ingredient for dinner.
I want to pick up some plantain.
Okay.
That's for dinner tonight. And what I love about coming here is the community spirit that he has, because I can kind of talk to him and negotiate a good price with him, which I'm sure you don't have to do.
No.
Who does the shopping at yours?
My mum mostly, yeah.
Okay, so does your mum have to bargain or haggle at all?
No, I don't even think my mum looks at the prices anymore.
I wish I could do that, but at the moment, no, that's something that I have to kind of haggle and bargain, and that's why I come here, because I can get to do that, so yeah.
Hello, darling, you all right?
You all right?
Yeah, not too
Okay, so I just want to get these two. How much is that going to be?
It's £1.20.
Can I get it for £1?
Jess has never had to haggle over 20p.
Yeah, no problem.
Nice one.
No
Thank
problem,
you.
darling.
Thank you.
See ya.
Okay.
Okay then. Okay then, bye.
With their final ingredient in hand, it's time to head home to the boys.
You okay?
Right, so I've done the plantain that we bought from the shop. That's nicely fried, and it's some rice and peas.
Gemma doesn't just shop for one-off discounts. She also budgets for the long term.
What I tend to do is I buy in bulk to save up on pennies. It's a little bit cheaper than buying in the smaller sizes, and it lasts longer. So I'll give you an example.
Wow.
So that's one item that will last for like months and months on end.
Okay.
So, and that, I think this was about £16 I think.
That's not bad, is it?
So some people it might
Not bad considering that would be one night's takeaway for Jess.
So if you were going to eat out, what's an expensive meal for you?
So when I eat out, like with my friends or anything like that, I can spend up to £100.
Wow.
I know.
Do you cook?
I can cook.
Okay.
I just choose not to.
Okay. What can you cook?
I can cook stir fry.
Okay.
I can make katsu curry.
Okay.
I can cook pasta.
Okay. I might have to ask if you can cook for us at some point. That'll be nice.
Hope I don't give you food poisoning.
At least dinner is safe in Gemma's hands.
For what we're about to receive, may the Lord make us truly thankful. In Jesus' name, amen.
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 That's it.
Amen.
And
Good boy.
thank you.
Good job. So how did you find the plantain?
I like it, yeah.
Yeah?
Did you go to uni?
I did. I've done media and communication, specialising in radio at uni.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Did that when I was in my 30s. I'm kind of hoping that I can set up a radio station that other talent that I've come across in Birmingham can kind of come into that place and actually use the facilities. Because I've seen so much talent that's just kind of going to waste, so I'm kind of hoping to set up a business that can utilise that.
It's been a long day in the city, and country girl Jess is ready to hit the hay.
I'm just worried that I'm not going to sleep because it's an unusual environment. And that I can't get this out.
Where's Mum when you need her?
Meeting Jess, it's been really good, actually. I've really enjoyed her company. She seems like a really down-to-earth type of person.
Except when it comes to beds.
So, I've never slept on a sofa. I've never really slept in a sleeping bag before. I'm in a big city that I've never really been to before either. I'm nervous that I'm not going to sleep tonight, and that will affect my day tomorrow.
Maybe a call with Mum will make her feel more at home.
Hi, okay?
How are you? You're okay?
Yeah, it's very different.
So what about sleeping?
So I'm sleeping on the sofa.
Okay.
The couch is only thin, so I think I'm going to fall off when I roll over.
You probably will fall off, though.
I know.
So what's been the hardest thing that you've done so far?
Probably seeing how they live and where they live. It's very small and I have to stay here, and it's just so different to what I'm used to, isn't it? I really do appreciate our house more than ever.
Good. I'm glad you do, and I'm glad the experience has, it's opened your eyes a little bit, really, hasn't it?
Yeah, I haven't even been here a day yet, and I already know how lucky I am.
I'm glad. I'm glad you're all right, though.
Yeah, I'm fine. I love you, Mum. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, then. Take care, lovely.
Okay, lovely.
Bye.
Love you, bye.
It's morning, but Jess is still dreaming of a comfy bed.
Sleeping on a sofa was hard. There was another baby crying in another flat somewhere, and I'm completely not used to that, hearing other people's goings-on in their own homes. So I've only been here one day. They've lived here for like 18 years. I just don't think I'd be able to live in such a small space. I'd find it really hard.
Gemma's keen to find out how her loaded lodger's night was.
So how was your first night sleeping on the sofa?
It was fine. I didn't go to sleep till 2:30 though, because I was worried that I was going to fall off.
I've noticed it's early morning, but you've got a lot of makeup on your face. So is that something you do all the time?
Yeah, it's just routine for me. I just get up, get ready, and then I'm ready for the day then.
Okay, and do you spend a lot on makeup?
Some of it's high street, some of it's a big brand, but I like to mix it up. I use a bit of Chanel.
What stuff do you use from Chanel? How much does it cost?
I use a bronzer, and that's about £50 maybe.
Okay.
That's what Gemma pays for rice for a year.
So usually on a Sunday, I like to kind of do some household chores, just to make sure the house is kept clean. Do you do any household chores at all?
So we have a cleaner that comes once a week, and she does like all the main things, because my mum works full-time, so does my dad.
Okay. So who does the laundry?
My mum does it all, really.
Okay, so how are you with the washing machine? Have you ever used one before?
Not really, no.
No? Okay. I'm going to ask you to do a little bit of laundry in our place. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah? All right, let's get to it.
Gemma's washing machine is nearly as old as Jess, and she's showing her age.
I call the washing machine Betsy. So we're just going to pray that Betsy will actually turn on for us.
Okay.
It's quite temperamental, but at the moment there just isn't enough spare cash to kind of buy a new washing machine, so...
So when your washing machine doesn't work, what do you normally do?
Option one would be to go to a laundrette, but obviously that's more money to spend on that. So then it's a case of I'll take the clothes to the bathroom and I'll wash them by hand. So, yeah. And then press start. Come on.
Who knew the laundry could be so nail-biting?
She's working.
You know the meter by the door, I noticed it's got credit. Do you prepay?
I do. Everything in here is metered, so the gas is metered, the electric is metered, and the heating is metered. If you don't put enough money in and it runs out, the electric just switches off.
Oh, my God.
It cuts you off completely, so you're kind of in darkness. And I'm guessing you guys don't have to pay your electric and stuff up front?
I don't think so, no. My mum and dad do all that.
Okay, do you ever see how much the bills are?
No, I don't have a clue about things like that.
That must be nice. That must be nice.
The laundry isn't the only chore today.
There's no dishwasher here.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask if you can wash the dishes for me.
Yeah, of course.
Is that okay?
Yeah, of course. So you can go and put your feet up.
Thank you.
It's
Thank you.
okay. Least I can do.
It's time for Jess to roll up her designer sleeves and sacrifice her nail extensions to do the dishes.
Am I the worst person you've ever seen wash dishes?
If the water's metered, that running tap is money down the drain.
Okay, I'm done now, Gemma.
With the housework done, there's time for them to don their warmest clothes and hit the slopes.
The park's very close, which is good for the boy.
Yeah.
Yes, we live in a block of flats.
Yeah.
But then we have all this ample space. Look at the snow, look.
Has Matthew seen snow before?
He's seen it fall, but it's not settled.
Yeah.
This is new for him. How are your ankles doing? They okay?
I feel like my toes are about to fall off.
Oh, my God.
Her Alexander McQueen trainers might cost £390, but that doesn't mean they're warm.
So can you tell me a little bit more about the depth that you're in?
One of them was, unfortunately, we had a loss. So we were pregnant with our little baby girl.
Oh, I'm so sorry about
That's
that.
okay. And we lost her at 24 weeks. She was born stillborn. And it was at a time when you had to pay for all the funeral costs. We did have help from family members, but we still had to take on the debt to kind of cover for that cost.
When Gemma told me about why she's in so much debt, about her daughter passing away and having to pay for a funeral, I just think that's absolutely heartbreaking. You wouldn't ever imagine why someone was in debt having to pay for a funeral. That must have been so hard, and then having to go through trying to plan a funeral and taking a loan out, that must have made matters 10 times worse.
It was difficult, it was hard. I'm glad my husband and I, we had each other. I would say the first stage of loss was kind of me going through a lot of emotional turmoil, and my husband was my rock. And then when I got my strength back, I was his rock, so...
You can get through anything when you've got each other.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you see of your way getting out of this anytime soon?
Absolutely. I'm one of those people that I don't believe in giving up. So, you know, I'm constantly trying to hustle and work hard, and so too is hubby. And we'll get there eventually, I think.
Yeah. So everything you've told me and everything you've been through and things that you do to help others, I find you very, very inspirational.
Oh, bless you.
And I
Thank you.
hope that you get to a more financial, stable situation soon.
That means a lot to me, so thank you. Let's go back inside and get warm.
I'm so glad you said that.
But not for long, because the family need to eat tonight. And Gemma's got a challenge for Jess to make that happen.
So as you know, we have to shop on a budget, okay, which I know you guys don't really have to do. So I'm going to set you a little challenge. I'm going to give you a £5, and I want you to select a meal for us using that £5 and come back home and cook that for us.
£5? For all of us?
For all of us,
Okay.
please. So good luck.
Thanks, I'll need it.
All right, take care. So yeah, it is a budget that we do tend to shop on. She told me that the budget they spend is like £200 every time on a meal when they do eat out. So I'm sort of like, oh, it's not the sort of budget that we have.
Gemma has to budget all the time, and I've never had to do that before. I hope I don't let her down. I was thinking like maybe a pasta bake, because pasta and sauce is quite cheap. £5 is probably something I'd lose at the bottom of my handbag, and I've got to do a meal for everyone. I don't even know if that's possible. Oh, here's the pasta. It's actually only quite cheap. That was only £1. So I've still got £4 left. I'm going to see how well I do for the rest. Oh, pasta sauce is quite expensive. Tomato and cheese sauce for pasta bake is £1.99. So I've only got £2, 1p left. I might have to just get some vegetables because I haven't got that much money left.
Because she's kind of spent some time with us, she's kind of got an idea of how I tend to shop. So I have every bit of faith in her.
Here's the onions, they're only 75p. So I'm gonna get a pepper and a courgette. They're saying £3.99 per kilogram. I have no idea if I'm gonna be under my budget. Hopefully I am, but I don't know till I get to the till. My mum does all the food shopping, so we never usually have to bargain anyone down when we're at the till. But seeing Gemma do it yesterday when I got to the till, if I'm over budget, I thought I can definitely do this.
That's $4.99, please.
Yeah. A penny under.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
For a novice shopper, she judged that to perfection.
Oh, that's so lucky, you know. I'm so happy that I didn't go over budget.
So how did you do?
I did well. It came to $4.99. I'm so pleased.
So you came under budget?
Yeah, by a penny.
Good. Every penny counts.
It does, that's very true.
Yes.
It's amazing to me that you can buy a whole meal on just £5.
So imagine what you can do when you bulk buy.
I know, that's so
And that's
true.
exactly what I do.
Yeah.
So she has definitely learned something. I really do hope she takes this home with her and puts it into more practice. And I'm looking forward to tasting it.
I hope it's nice.
I hope so as well. I'm sure it will be. All right, let's go.
Part 2 of Jess's challenge is to cook dinner for the family. And after a few pointers from Gemma, she's on her own.
OK, thank you.
So good luck.
Thank you.
Enjoy yourself. And it's
Try.
nice to have someone cooking for us today.
I'm feeling a bit nervous now. I don't want to let you down.
No, I don't think you will.
Jess bought all she needs to make a heartwarming veggie pasta dish.
I'm just going to chop all the vegetables, boil some pasta and then mix the sauce in.
Sounds straightforward. No pressure?
I don't usually cook for another family, so I'm really feeling the pressure. I'm quite nervous, especially doing this in someone's kitchen.
Even the vegetables are looking unfamiliar to her.
I feel very out of my comfort zone because I'm in a kitchen that I've never been in before, cooking for people that I've only just met.
And the onions aren't making it any easier.
Who knew if cutting an onion would be so hard? I've definitely cut an onion before and it wasn't that hard. I'm getting annoyed now.
A chef in a pink blazer. It's interesting.
I'm trying to think of a time when we've had someone come in and cook for us. It just sounds ridiculous saying it out loud, actually. Yeah, no, it doesn't happen.
After her knife nightmare, Jess's cooking has gone like a dream.
So not only have I cooked and bought a meal for under £5, I've not spilt any on my pink jacket or white top as of yet.
For snappy dresser Jess, that's a recipe for success.
I hope you like it. This one's yours.
Oh, bless,
There's
thank you.
loads left over. Is that okay?
Yep, thank you. Also want to thank the hands that have cooked it. Thank Jess for being here for the past day and spent time with us. Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
But will Jess's cooking be the answer to their prayers?
You've done well.
It's good.
I was so nervous. I've never really cooked for anyone before.
Sweet. This is your first time?
Not the first, but one of.
What do you normally do? What would you have done before you'd done this?
I probably ordered it in because it's more not the point of ordering it in and spending the money, it's making the point of not disappointment.
But you haven't disappointed. You've
Right.
actually
Oh, good.
You've exceeded. It was good. Yeah, it was good.
Her cooking has exceeded expectations. So what about Jess herself?
So before you came, we were kind of worried that we would get someone that has not a single clue in just terms of general life on this sort of level.
Yeah.
He's spoiled and may not want to do certain tasks or do certain things, but you're nothing like that at all.
What were you expecting from this?
I wasn't expecting you to be as welcoming as you were.
Bless.
And your little boy, he's gorgeous, isn't he? So that's a bonus.
Yeah.
Jess has walked in a Skint family's shoes. But she's ready to get back to her real family.
I'm quite excited to go home to my family. I feel like it's been a while since I've seen them, even though it's not.
The YOLO small flat has broadened her horizons.
I'm excited to get home to my big house and not be in this tiny flat. But they've been so welcoming. I've actually learned a lot, and it's been completely different to what I ever expected.
She had sort of like a preconception that we may not be as welcoming because of the background that she comes from, that we're going to start judging you or think any less of you or worse of you for that matter. We just want to get to know you, and that's it.
I want to say thank you so much for making me feel so welcome.
I'm absolutely lost for words, actually. I've really enjoyed your company. Hobie and I have this kind of saying, you know, when we meet people that we're like, they're good people.
Yeah.
And you're good people.
Oh, thank you. So I've got you a little present. I just want to say thank you so much. And this is for you. This is for a brand new washing machine.
Bless you.
You can get rid of Betsy. And I hope you call her Jess. One thing I've learned from Gemma is practical things are more important than luxury items. That's why I've gifted her a washing machine, because that's what she really needs.
I've kind of done something
you should know.
Similar.
Oh, Gemma.
But I've put together that.
Oh, thank you.
I'm into kind of like Korean beauty, so you've got some cute Korean sort of like face sheets.
I can't even give you a hug.
No, that's okay. It's not
thank you
massive,
so much.
but you know.
And I'd like to invite you up to Liverpool as well when all this is over, especially you, because you're a girl. You can come to the salon and have whatever you want, and it'll be a proper girly day out.
Thank you. To my host. Yeah.
I'm definitely going to miss the family. I really hope we keep in touch and I'll see them again soon. Goodbye.
Take care, safe journey.
Oh, thank you. Bye. Overall, I've had such a nice time. I didn't expect it to be like this at all. I'm not really sure what I expected to walk into, but Gemma's been so welcoming and she's an actual inspiration.
You make stereotypes about people, and I was expecting sort of a bit of a spoiled rich kid. And she's not that. She's actually quite thoughtful and so on.
Despite our situation, we have helped other people. And I remember her saying that she wants to do that.
Right.
And this is kind of, to me, like the first step.
Yeah, that's nice.
Hi there. I can't believe this is over. I'm gonna miss the family so much, the nicest family that I've ever met. My whole experience has been an experience. I didn't expect it to be this much of a journey at all, but I really can't wait to get home to sleep in my own bed.